Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with Goran, and thank you for joining me here for your free picks for Sunday, October 22nd. Well, guys, Saturday was very, very busy. We had a lot of games in Europe, we had a lot of games in the MLS as well. On Sunday, we have a decent amount of games all over Europe, not as much as we had on Saturday, but still, it's gonna keep us very, very busy as well. For more free picks, go to the YouTube channel, of course. Hit that like button, subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment on any of these videos, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of the questions or insight that you might have. For my best bets, click the link in the description of this video. That will get you up to my page on the Pickdawgz website. And there you can sign up, get a daily pass, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, or even a month-long pass, which is gonna get you covered for the next 30 days, which means the Champions League picks, Europa League picks, all the picks over the weekend and over the week. So that's a lot of picks, probably hundreds or so picks in the next 30 days. So check it out, guys, and subscribe. You can also check out the soccer betting tools we have on sportchatplays.com. For now, they're only there, but they are soon are gonna arrive to the Pick Dawgz website as well. There you can check out the profitable teams, goal scorers, players, props, and stuff like that. You can create your own parlay, and it's quite interesting to see, guys. So go up there on the sportchatplays.com and check it out. In this video, guys, I believe I have 11 free picks for you for Sunday. And the first one is in the EPL between Aston Villa and West Ham. Two teams of a similar quality, two teams in very, very solid form. Aston Villa perfect at home, 3 wins out of 3 games. West Ham undefeated in their last 4 games. They have been scoring goals quite consistently. They have kept a few clean sheets, yes, but they have been conceding goals more than they have been keeping clean sheets. So I think this is going to be a fun game where, honestly, I would go with the home team simply because I think that Aston Villa has a little bit more offense to offer, but they have a few injured players, and that will kind of reduce their depth. And on top of that, they are playing in Europe next week, same as West Ham. So in their minds, they already might be thinking about those games rather than this one. But I still think we're gonna have an exciting game here with a lot of chances on both sides, and for that reason. I'm taking both teams to score an over 2.5 in this one. It's minus 125. Like I said, should be very fun game. A lot of games in the EPL on Saturday were very, very fun, quite eventful, and we have seen a lot of goals all over in England. For our next pick, we are going to go to Spanish LaLiga, and we have Girona playing against Almeria in the first game. Almeria, horrible, horrible team at the bottom of the table, while Girona is almost at the top there, is second place with 22 points. This is a very, very nice surprise in La Liga this season. They have scored a ton of goals already this season. They have scored 19 goals in 9 games, conceded 11, which means that their defense is not at their best. But you know what? They have much more offense than a lot of other teams in the Liga, and they are simply outscoring everyone. So uh, I definitely think this is gonna go Girona's way. Almeria hasn't won any of their last 12 games, still without a win on the road this season. They have lost 3 games on the road in a row, and like I said, I think this is gonna go Girona's way. So I'm gonna take Girona -1, -157. Should be a fun game to watch, and I think that Girona is coming out on top in this one. Villarreal and Alaves is the next matchup in La Liga, and you know what? Alaves uh, has some success in this matchup, but not recently and not when playing on the road. Villarreal, on the other side, has been all over the place this season. They have won only one of their last 5, 6 games, but this is the home game for them. This is a win they have to get. They are coming off of a loss to Las Palmas 2-1 at home, and they are playing in Europe. Actually, no, they're not playing next week, are they? No, they're playing in November for some reason, not sooner than that. But they have to keep their form up. They have to sharpen that form. They have to get their offense going, and it simply has to happen here at home. So in this game, I'm gonna take Villarreal to win and over 1.5 goals, plus 100. I was gonna take Villarreal and over 2.5, but I'm gonna take this safer route instead, and I'm gonna take Villarreal to win and over 1.5 goals at plus 100. The last game of the day in La Liga is between Barcelona and Athletic Bilbao. And Barcelona actually hasn't conceded a goal against Athletic Bilbao in their last three games. Overall, this season, they have been doing a decent job. They're perfect at home, four wins out of four games. And Bilbao hasn't won any of their last three games against Barcelona, like I said. And Barcelona hasn't lost to Bilbao in their last 26 home games. Now, that doesn't mean this is not going to change here or that they're going to get a win here because Bilbao has been outstanding this season. Bilbao is scoring a lot of goals. They have scored 16 goals so far this season, conceded nine. A bit of a bad news for Bilbao is that most of those scored goals were at home. And I don't know. Luckily for them, I think that Barcelona is a very, very sloppy team defensively right now, and they're missing a bunch of players. They will be without Pedri, they will be without De Jong, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Sergio Roberto, Kunde. They are all listed as injured. Now that might change until the game time. I don't think it's gonna help a lot, but I definitely think Bilbao will score a goal here. So instead of choosing the sides, I'm gonna go with goals. Both teams to score an over 2.5 plus 104. This is gonna be the game where I'm tuning in, and I will definitely be enjoying this one. Off to the Italian Serie A, guys. We have Roma playing against Monza, and I'm keeping this one very, very simple. I know that Monza has been very, very solid this season. They haven't been conceding a lot of goals. As a matter of fact, they're one of the best defensive teams so far this season with only seven conceded goals. Uh, the bad news is that they have conceded six goals of those eight on the road, and now they're catching Roma on a three-game winning streak. They're catching this team at the top of their form, their best form this season, and we're getting a very, very good price on Roma on the money line. So I will take advantage of that. I will keep it simple. I will take Roma at minus 148 at home any day of the week. And w- I mean, with all due respect to Monza, I think that despite their current form, despite how well they have been playing this season, I think this is going to be Roma, and I think that Roma will come out on top in this one. So I'm taking Roma on the money line. Atalanta and Genoa is the second match in Serie A that we have to talk about here. And you know what? Genoa has been very inconsistent this season, while Atalanta on the other side hasn't lost any of their last seven home games. They are coming off of a loss to Lazio 3-2, but like I said, at home, they have been doing a very, very good job, and they need a win here to keep their form alive ahead of that Europa League game they have next week against Sturm Graz. So, uh, I'm gonna keep this one, let's call it simple. I'm gonna take Atalanta to win, but I'm gonna add over 1.5 goals at minus 122. I think that Atalanta alone can get us over 1.5 goals. Now, if Genoa decides to show up or not, I don't really care because I think this is one of the safest pick of the day that we can get. So, Atalanta to win and over 1.5 goals at minus 122. For our next pick, guys, we have that big derby in Serie A. We have Milan against Juventus, one of the biggest derbies in Italy. And I think it's going to be a very, very good one. We have two teams in quite a good form. Milan hasn't lost any of their last six games. They have been perfect at home so far this season. A bit of a bad news is that they're playing against PSG in the Champions League next week. And I believe that they will be without their starting goalkeeper, maybe even two starting goalkeepers. Mike Magnan is actually suspended because of the red card, and Sportiello is injured, which means that they will have, I believe I read, 41-year-old goalkeeper. And this is actually a very good chance for Juventus, who has been playing pretty solid football as of late. They have been scoring goals quite consistently. The situation in the club is not really that great because of all that betting scandal, and apparently, Coach Allegri has been filmed somewhere placing bets in some kind of casino or whatever. I don't even know what's happening with this team, but I think that they have what it takes to have a good game here and to get a positive outcome against Milan. So uh, instead of choosing the sides or goals or whatever, I'm going to go with a bit of a game prop. I'm going to take Juventus to have over 3.5 shots on target. It's minus 152. I honestly think you can stretch that to over 4.5 shots as well because Milan's defense is not that stable and they do let a lot of chances to their opponents. So Juventus over 3.5 shots on target at minus 152. Off to German Bundesliga, guys, and we have two games, and the first of two is between Köln and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, we can all agree on that Köln has been a horrible, horrible team this season. They have lost all three home games so far. They are on a four-game losing streak. They have scored only 4 goals so far this season. They can't catch a good form. They can't get not even a little bit consistent. But luckily for them, Borussia Mönchengladbach is one of the most unstable teams in Europe. When you see them playing well, when you see them win games, and you expect them to keep going, they will totally collapse in the next game. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be the case here. Borussia Mönchengladbach still winless. Actually, they have one win, two draws, and zero losses on the road. But defensively, they are one of the worst teams in the league with 16 conceded goals in 7 games. So, despite the fact that Cole has been horrible, they can't score goals. I'm gonna put my faith in them, and I'm gonna take both teams to score an over 2.5. It's minus 137. I don't think we'll see a lot of defense from either side in this one, and I think we're gonna see some goals. So both teams to score and over 2.5 at minus 137. Heidenheim and Augsburg is the next matchup in Bundesliga, and Augsburg has conceded at least a goal in their last 14 games in a row. On top of that, they have lost their last 6 games on the road in a row, and they are in a bad form. They are on a two-game losing streak right now. While Heidenheim actually has been doing a decent job at home this season, and when playing at home, Heidenheim has scored 7 goals, conceded 5. They have 2 wins and 1 loss. So, uh, of course, I would give the advantage to Heidenheim here, but with the international break just behind us, we have to be a little bit careful, of course. So instead of the sides, I'm gonna go with both teams to score in this one, minus 175. You can tell that the books are expecting it, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see a 1-1 result in this one. So, Heidenheim against Augsburg, both teams to score. In the French League One, I picked 2 games to talk about, and the first one is between Monaco and Metz. Uh, Monaco is on a two-game winning streak right now. They're averaging uh, almost 3 scored goals per game over the last 3 or 4 games or so. The bad news is that they're conceding a lot of goals as well. Mets on the other side, they did get a win in a friendly match over the international break against Kaiserslautern. They have beaten them 3-2, but overall, so far in League One this season, they have conceded 14 goals, and 8 of those were conceded on the road. So they don't really have a lot of defense when playing on the road, even though they have a couple of wins and couple of losses. So I think that Monaco will do everything they can to get a win out of this game, and it's gonna happen only by scoring goals. So I'm gonna take Monaco team total over 2.5 goals, minus 103. Uh, you can take Monaco to win and over 2.5. Like I said, Monaco can get us over this 2.5 line on their own, and I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. So, Monaco team total over 2.5 goals at minus 103. And for our last pick of this video, that is the single pick of this video because there is a parlay at the end. Uh, we have Lyon against Clermont. Lyon has been very, very desperate this season. They're in 17th place, only 3 points. They haven't won any of their last 12 games. Luckily for them, Clermont is also in a bad form. They haven't won any of their last 7 games. And in situations like this, I think that I have to side with the home team, and that is Lyon in this case. And they are the better team as well, in my opinion. So I think that they're getting some players back from the injury list here. So with the price this good that we are getting at minus 127 on Lyon on the money line, I will take it, and hopefully they can snap this bad streak they are on, and hopefully they can finally get a home win. So I'm gonna take Lyon on the money line at minus 127. And now for the parlay of the day, guys, I have a 5-legger here for you. I'm gonna take Monaco on the money line. I'm gonna take Cold versus Borussia Mönchengladbach, both teams to score. I'm taking Villarreal on the money line. Milan Juventus over 3.5 cards. That one should be a little rough, and matches between these two teams usually are. And Aston Villa versus West Ham, both teams to score. This 5-leg parlay pays out at plus 567. So like I said, guys, Monaco money line, Cologne, Borussia, Mönchengladbach, both teams to score. Villarreal on the money line. Milan Juventus over 3.5 cards. That is combined for both teams. And Aston Villa versus West Ham, both teams to score. That's it, everyone. These are your free picks for Sunday. Thank you for joining me here. I hope you have a good luck with your bets. Get your free picks, guys. Get my premium picks if that's something you want to do. And of course, stay tuned for more free picks coming up soon. And stay tuned for those Champions League picks and Europa League picks next week. So have a great Sunday, guys, and I'll see you soon.